This question fails a lot of people, not because it's difficult, but because most people mix up the timeline. Today, I will make the history of early Britain simple, clear, and easy to remember. Listen carefully. This could be the exact question in your exam. Let's start from the beginning. The first people in Britain were hunter-gatherers. This period is called the Stone Age. During this time, Britain was connected to Europe by a land bridge. People travelled by following animals like deer and horses. Britain became permanently separated from Europe about 10,000 years ago. Around 6,000 years ago, farming began in Britain. This period is known as the Neolithic Revolution. The first farmers probably came from southeast Europe. They built houses, tombs, and monuments. One famous example is Stonehenge, located in Wiltshire. Another important site is Skara Brae in Orkney, which is one of the best preserved prehistoric villages in Europe. Around 4,000 years ago, people learned how to make bronze. This period is called the Bronze Age. People lived in round houses and buried their dead in tombs called round barrows. They were skilled metalworkers who made tools, ornaments, and weapons. After the Bronze Age came the Iron Age. People learned how to make tools and weapons from iron. Settlements became larger, and people built defensive structures called hill forts, such as Maiden Castle. Most people were farmers, craft workers, or warriors. They spoke Celtic languages. During this time, the first coins were made in Britain, marking the beginning of recorded history. In 55 BC, Julius Caesar attempted to invade Britain, but he was not successful. Later, in AD 43, Emperor Claudius successfully invaded Britain. The Romans controlled most of Britain for about 400 years. They built roads and public buildings and created a system of law. They also introduced new plants and animals. A famous figure during this time was Boudicca, the queen of the Iceni tribe, who fought against the Romans. Her statue can be found near Westminster Bridge in London. The Romans built Hadrian's Wall to defend against tribes in what is now Scotland. Christianity began to spread in Britain during the 3rd and 4th centuries. In AD 410, the Roman army left Britain. They never returned. After the Romans left, Britain was invaded by the Jutes, the Angles, and the Saxons. These groups are known as the Anglo-Saxons. Their languages became the foundation of modern English. By around AD 600, Anglo-Saxon kingdoms had been established. At first, the Anglo-Saxons were not Christians. Missionaries helped spread Christianity. St. Patrick worked in Ireland, St. Columba worked in Scotland, St. Augustine came from Rome and spread Christianity in the south of Britain. He later became the first Archbishop of Canterbury. The Vikings came from Denmark, Norway, and Sweden. They first visited Britain in AD 789. They raided towns and took goods and slaves. Later they settled in parts of eastern and northern England. King Alfred the Great united the Anglo-Saxon kingdoms and defeated the Vikings. Many Viking settlers remained in Britain, especially in the east and north. In the north, the threat of Viking attacks encouraged people to unite under one king. Kenneth MacAlpin became an important leader. This is when the name Scotland began to be used. In 1066, William, Duke of Normandy, invaded England. He defeated King Harold at the Battle of Hastings. Harold was killed in the battle. William became King William I of England and is known as William the Conqueror. The Norman Conquest was the last successful foreign invasion of England, and it changed the government and society. Norman French influenced the development of the English language. William ordered a survey of England. This record is called the Domesday Book. It listed land, property, and people. It still exists today and gives a picture of life in England at that time. Let's review the timeline. Stone Age, hunter-gatherers. 10,000 years ago, Britain separates from Europe. 6,000 years ago, farming begins. 4,000 years ago, Bronze Age, Iron Age, coins and Celtic language. 55 BC, Julius Caesar fails to invade. AD 43, Romans succeed. AD 410, Romans leave. AD 600, Anglo-Saxon kingdoms. AD 789, Vikings arrive. 1066, Norman Conquest. If you're serious about passing the Life in the UK test, subscribe. You can download the free study guide in the pinned comment. Study smart, pass with confidence. You're closer than you think.